Well, it's the second annual DNQ Nationals, and there are a lot of drivers here today to compete for some big money. Mark Ellis, the 2021 DNQ Cup Series Rookie of the Year, is here to race in his Finish Line Wash Pros machine, along with Robert Showalter, a three-time winner this season, always a threat to win one of these races. A new up-and-coming driver in the DNQ Karting Series, Chris Lawson, is here to race today. He has a Pro Cup win in his resume as well. 2018 ARCA Series champion John Kinder is here again today with his USAC kart, a brand new build for this team, as John Kidwell will pilot a brand new chassis. Today, it is the DNQ Nationals, live from the Millbridge Speedway here in Salisbury, North Carolina. Let's go down and talk to Mike Rout. I'm down here with Mike Rout. Mike, you had a pretty good Cup season this year, coming down to Nationals to come play around for a day race. A little different than what we normally do. But, yeah, it's been a pretty good year for you. Are you looking forward to this thing tonight?
I am. I actually started the season out pretty rough. Had a little rough patch going on, a little bad wreck there, but I feel like second half kind of turned it around a little bit. So I feel really good about tonight and looking forward to going out here and making some laps.
So you had Stroop helping you a lot, and then you had Ellis doing really well. He won the Rookie of the Year this year.
Did awesome.
Did you guys get like a lot of really good notes from Stroop? Is that what made your program good?
We had a real good. We joined with them guys, and it's actually been a great collaboration, great ideas bouncing back and forth, and he has helped me on some things, and hopefully I've helped him on some things. So it's been real good combination.
Now I know this is kind of like an exhibition. Maybe you'll make a little bit more money by running better here today. Kind of out here and having fun, which it usually is fun, but this is a little different. So the competition's pretty hard in Cup. What are your expectations for not only this race but next season?
Next season I plan on giving it a real good college effort and chasing points down. Every year I try to do that and something happens and I end up screwing it up. So this year I'm definitely going to go after it hard, and I'm hoping today if a good solid run leads into a real good start for Miltona.
This is a great race to test for Miltona, which will be coming up very soon. Mike Rout hoping to have a good night here in Nationals. Thanks, Mike. Well, tonight is the Josh Long Memorial Race here at Nationals for the Dash portion of tonight's event. And, man, he had a great career here in DNQ. We know that he loved to race in it.
Yeah, huge loss to the series. And I mean, just a tragic loss for the whole karting community. You know, our thoughts definitely go out to his family. And this is our way of, tributing of, what he gave to the sport of DNQ. Always running up front, no matter what class, no matter what week, he was always right up there. 3 wins to his name, 2 Dash Series wins in 2021 already this year. Who knows how many more he would have gotten. 3 wins and 30 starts, that ain't bad at all.
Josh was a staple on the grid and in the garage here at all of our DNQ Series races, and we're doing 71 laps here tonight for him to help memorialize that iconic 71 livery he would always run during the season. He helped make the racing fun for us by racing up front, putting on good competition. He'd help people in the pits. He will be missed all around here at DNQ events and throughout the Southeast here going forward.
And another thing tonight, we're doing a 4-wide salute before the race starts with some fireworks, and Josh's dad is here to drive that famed pink, white, and black machine to lead the field to green tonight. Let's go down and talk to a race team owner, Beef Tips.
All right.
So if this owner runs a B-Main, Beef Tips, there's a lot of great owners in racing, but I think you're probably up there in the top of the sport over here in DNQ Karting Series, right up there with Tyler Young. Is Murphy racing this thing today, or are you?
Murphy is racing it. I'm retired. And, if I'd have known about the weight class, maybe I would have put the big seat in, but no, we'll let Murphy race it. And I just like watching and drinking beer.
Describe ownership in the DNQ Series. I mean, I feel like it's fairly reasonable. You don't have to get 900 sponsors to race in it, but probably an affordable package and probably profitable if you win today only.
Yeah, first we got to make the show, and then once we make the show, then we'll think about that. But yeah, it's really not bad. It's like a $100 motor, and the cart was actually given to me. So yeah, I bought money and tires, and that's about it. So yeah.
Do you see Ben Murphy in this thing all year, or are you just going to get rid of him if he doesn't do very well?
All year. He's hired gun. He's my neighbor, so if I kicked him out, we'd probably not be good. And but yeah, no, we're gonna run all next year and see how it goes from there. And yeah.
This car's pretty white. Did he bring any money, or are you just giving him a free ride here?
Yeah, he actually did. He sells. His wife sells Sensi, so that what pays for our tires. And yeah, buy some wax if you need that number. It's right there. And you could buy wax, get some warmers for your wife for Christmas, or yep. And we have SRI. Obviously, that's where I work, so they help me out a good bit. And that's all the sponsors we have.
I've been watching a lot of documentaries lately on Netflix that when the guys just seem like they don't have money and they don't have any sponsorship on it, and he says he's selling candles, maybe that's what he's selling, but I don't know where this money's coming from, but they're hoping for a good run here today. All right, JZ, let's go ahead and take a look at our DNQ cutaway car. Gotta love this thing, bare bones. We're going to look at some aero stuff today, so we're going to slap the body on this thing. We're going to talk about yaw and karts and dirty air.
People discount the effect that aero has in these go-karts. You'll see here, as they're thundering down the backstretch, these dirt carts hang the rear end out a little bit, right? That right rear sticks out more than the left front, creating a bigger hole in the air for the cart behind, and also catching more air in that right rear as you look down over the top of these carts here, creating side force. And when you're tucked up right behind someone, you're not going to get that same side force, and your cart might end up being a little looser than what you mechanically set it up for. And especially with prepping the bottom for racing now, you won't have that air bouncing off the wall trying to keep your cart straight. So something to look for tonight during the Nationals.
We're down here, a newcomer here for DNQ Nationals, Cody Sauls. Cody, we know that you work extremely hard on everything that you work on. I don't even know if this thing will pass tech, knowing how you are. But
that's good.
But what's it like to just come out here and have fun in racing? I know you hadn't really go-kart raced before.
That's the key word. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun no matter what. We come to win the party. So we'll see how it all shakes out as far as racing. See, just here to have fun. That's it.
Are there any side bets here to who makes what feature and
we gotta. If I fall out the seat, we got a replacement. He's on standby. Future or past WKA champion, and then we got a guy that's told us how good he's been, never lost a race, so we're gonna see.
There's no better way to just settle it right then and there from bench racing than to come out here and run.
Exactly. We got tired of it, so we bought us a cart and came on out. We'll see how it all unfolds.
This 15 machine is going to try to make it in. Cody Saul's going to do his best to try to get it in the show today. Thanks. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Light Pro Cup Series event here at Nationals. Austin Compton with a time of 13.254. That speed is quick enough to get him the SRI Performance Pole Award. Here's how the rest of the field will come out tonight for this event.
Bill, I'm really shocked to see Showalter all the way down in 7th place to roll off. We'll know he'll have some speed showing up for the feature, but it was a shock to see him so far down the order.
Yeah, he's really one that doesn't qualify well, though. But, I mean, keep an eye out 4 and 5, 10 laps into this shooting match. And he's going to be right there battling for the lead, no doubt. It's something that he's struggled with all year and seems to still get him here at the end. Here's the rules for this piece. 390 pounds, Hoosiers, treads, no prep.
To this, yes, for this race it was 375 just for Nationals only because it's the light class. So that's why I was surprised to see Austin Compton on the pole for tonight's event. He's given these guys a bunch of weight, to be honest with you, before this race starts here tonight. So I look for Mike Rout to give him a hard time, who has got our in-cart camera for tonight. And he's in the Stroop machine, so I'm thinking maybe he bought the charter. Not sure what's going on there.
Ooh, did you notice the 8 car of Austin Compton had some sort of venting going on from the nose cone to the side panel there, Jay-Z?
Yes, as we go green here and Compton gets snookered on the start, he falls back to P2. That's Stroop on the outside in the 2, I believe. Brian Shaw makes a move from starting 4th. He's on the outside but can't get it done. Compton salvages the bad start running P2, but you know, with these restricted engines, right, these big tapered spacers they have on these Predators, air resistance is a premium, right? Every 10 pounds of resistance is an eighth of a horsepower in these go-karts. So any NACA ducts in the floor you might have, or any venting that you can use to help reduce that frontal area and have that pressure fill in behind you, it's going to give you an edge. As Brian Shaw is trying to hang on for dear life, the outside is not where you want to be here at Millbridge early on in the race.
Now keep an eye there on Bobby Showtime, putting it 3 wide. He was, like you said, we talked about earlier, starting in the back, trying to make his way up to the front. Right now, out front, it's all Zach Stroop, followed by Austin Compton.
That is actually
Battle
Mike
right now
Rout.
is back
Mike
for-
Rout's driving the 2 here. He's driving Stroop's cart.
I don't care.
He bought the charter.
Well, I mean, that's what you get when Stroop drove the 2. Is Bobby Showtime, he peeks underneath for the, what is that, the 6th spot. When Stroop drives the 2 the whole damn year and then just doesn't anymore, whatever. That number 2 is going to be Zach Stroop for eternity.
It's like when Kenny Wallace drove the 1 Pennzoil car back in the day.
Yes, absolutely. And poor Ricky Rudd driving all the Haviland cars for all that time. You think it's Ernie Irvin or someone else, as we're on board with Mike Rout out front, on board the cart we're discussing. He's got a little front positive there, having to throw a little opposite lock on to try to keep it forward. But as awful as that cart looks, he's smoking the rest of the field.
That new dirt.
You can barely see it, but there's a little bit of monkey see, monkey do going on. He's got that right front nose cone venting going on too.
Well, it doesn't look.
A lot of venting.
Looks like somebody's got a left side panel vent on the back stretch. Can't tell who that is. Looks like
Adam Welsh.
Adam Welsh. Yeah, that's not a safety issue. We will let him continue without it.
Back green out here. The new dirt, I mean, Jay-Z, we've been over this the last race, but the new dirt threw everybody through a loop here, and it looks like today it's extra slick. I don't know if they're still chasing that dirt in the weather.
It could be, man. I mean, you change the whole surface. It's essentially repaving a racetrack for our asphalt friends that are out there that might be tuning in this afternoon. That new dirt takes a while to figure out what pressures the track wants. Remember, with these treaded classes, we don't prep. You don't have that advantage of throwing chemicals on there as Bobby Showtime's trying to make his way to the front. So it's throwing people for a loop. Maybe they'll have to dial in some more right side weight still and keep going until the track sits over the course of the winter and comes back in the spring and maybe have some more bite in it.
Looks like Dylan Teasley is one of those drivers. He made the feature. One of our Busch Series drivers from this year made the race, but still trying to get used to the handle on these Hoosier treaded tires. As right now, it's all Mike Rout. Bobby Showtime trying to work his way through the field with Lane Fields, Brian Shaw, and Chris Gwynn. But these guys are pretty sideways, and it's obviously the leader's pretty sideways too, but he's walking away from it.
Yeah, one thing about Dylan Teasley, this is a daytime race, and that guy is one heck of a day drinker, so there's no telling what condition he's in right now in the middle of this race. It could be track conditions. Oh, and Brian Shaw sends somebody around.
Lane Fields got a whole left rear full of his nose cone as he's going to friggin' fall almost all the way back to the back of the field. Rout leads. Compton in second, giving him a weight break. And the rest of that backfield doing a great job as well as we watch Jay Zarapata and the Bad Kitty. Well, that's not Adam Welsh. That's Hidalgo Alfredo as he is racing with Jay Zarapata and Ray Thies as well. And here's the back of the field where all the action happens. And we got a caution.
Who's that? Buck 24?
Buck 24. Not $1.50. Not $1.25. All right. Rout leading. Chris Bailey doing a great job in that Ford machine in third as they fire off in the box. Mike Rout, our one Cup Series race winner, making a Busch start here. Will we see more of these Cup guys get into these lower series and try to win championships this year?
Bill, I don't think a lot of people would waste their time unless there's a sizable paycheck on the line. As Showalter to the inside moves all the way up to P2.
There we go.
On the inside of that number 4 we were just talking about. But there's a sizable check on the line here for all these classes tonight. And I think money will motivate people to run more classes at these national races. So we'll see what happens next fall. I don't think it'll carry over to our monthly series at DNQ as Austin Compton gets to the inside of the 4. I think this will be a one-time only for a lot of these guys that are looking to pay off their bills at the end of the month.
Now, Bob, does DNQ limit the amount of starts some of the Cup guys can make in these lower series like other series do?
Absolutely not. That would cut our bottom line out, so no.
Yeah.
Look at Showalter now pacing down Mike Rout. I mean, I thought he was junk before, but he's coming to life here.
Oh!
Just the tip.
Little bit tight on exit, it looks like. Showtime taking the lead away from Zach Stroop. Zach Stroop gives it right back to him. Looks like he got tight on exit too. Austin Compton got the front end cutting good on that 8 machine. He turns it back down underneath Showtime to take that second spot back.
The Route Stroop machine and Showtime, they've got to be careful. Austin Compton's no slouch. Even giving up that weight, his cart looks pretty good for the extra LBs he's carrying. They got to be careful. If they mix it up too much, they're going to lose both their spots.
Going to give an old Compton stabbing here in a few minutes if they don't watch their backs. Just like they would in Compton. So,
Easy, looks like a big fat dick.
Boston Reed trying to get to the back of Austin Compton right now. Can't quite get there, but bangs the nose cone off of his front bumper as Bobby Showtime bangs the right side off the backstretch wall, and we're under caution there. That's going to be our 5 to go.
Seeing how Showalter fired off there, if I was Mike Rout, I'd be a little concerned to see what happens here as we go green. 5 laps to go, JZ. Who's it going to be?
I think Showtime's got it dialed in. I don't know if the pressures came up on that route machine and he's just not where he needs to be, but Showtime looks to be the best of the rest here, and he's gonna get P1 coming off of 4 to go.
And he just got that run.
Bobby Showtime can't qualify worth a darn, but can sure race like it. And he's going to have 3 laps remaining after this, and we'll see if Mike Rout got anything for him in that number 2 machine.
Ray Thies goes around. He's just going to sit on the front stretch and throw his hands up as he's about to go a lap down. That is going to bring out the caution. There you go. All right.
Gotta love somebody running for 15th to bring out the caution with 2 to go.
Especially when you're Showalter, you're leading this thing. Well, only I think it's 3 or 2 laps left. I don't know. I'm on about my 3rd drink up here. As we go green, Showtime protects the bottom. Here comes that cut we've seen all year. Mike Rout to the lead.
Zach Stroop in that number 2 gets out to the lead, but Bobby Showtime turns it down underneath. Didn't get tight off of that corner. We got 2 laps remaining.
Compton loses a few spots as that number 4 gets the hot fart down the inside. A little help from the rear bumper. He loses that spot to Showtime, who uses up the left side of the panel. 1 to go here as they head off into 1.
I haven't seen fighting like this since 2 a.m. at a bar with a chick who needs a ride home, but it's all going to be Robert Showalter who's going to take it home here at the Light Pro Cup feature. What a finish.
Well, Robert Showalter winner to DNQ Kart Series. At 3 to go caution, almost screwed you up. You got the hell beat out of you there like a ping pong ball. You was able to get back to the lead.
Yeah, the outside had quite a bit of a bite and really wouldn't slow your momentum down up there. So I got past the 40, whatever it was. The guy was leading for most of the race anyways. And then the caution came out, and I was like, I don't know what line I picked, so I picked the bottom, and it didn't really pan out for me too good. And then they got to beating each other a little bit, and that was a good race. I just got lucky they beat each other just right, and I got by them. And we changed the kitchen sink on this thing. I qualified 7th. It was so loose, I didn't even know what to do with it. And so we changed some cross. We put some different tires on, had some more grooves in the right rear there, so hopefully got some more bite, and it seemed to work out.
Robert Showalter, winner here, the DNQ Nationals here for the Whites. Well, Chris Bailey, you threw the hell of that thing down into the corner. You come from about 5th all the way to the damn lead. That was one hell of a drive there.
Yeah, that was about the only choice I had. I mean, those guys were pretty good, and, the car got tighter the longer the run went on, but it was pretty good in the early stages, so I knew if I had, a caution or 2, that's when I needed to make my move, and ended up panning out second anyway. I would like to have won it, but, Showalter got there and there wasn't nothing I could do. Just had to settle in.
You turned the wheel right, you just didn't turn it right enough.
That's exactly right. Just not enough. But it was pretty good run.
Chris Bailey, 2nd place finish, throwing haymakers and knocking the doors off everybody. Well, Austin Compton, 3rd place finish while the rest of your crew's up in Vegas betting their life away. Well, hell, you was getting the hell beat out of you about that whole race.
Yeah, we went wrong on tire pressure, so we know what to do for the heavy, and hopefully we can get it done. We start on the pole there again, and we just missed it on the setup, but we'll take a third. It's better than pulling in or off the podium.
I was about to say, you about my height, about my stature, a heavy might fit you a little bit better.
Yeah, they got about 45 pounds on me in this class, so we'll be pretty sporty and heavy. We'll take third with the weight difference.
40, that many pounds, how many inches?
I'm not sure on the inches.
Also caught the third place finish.
DNQ USAC Series, Charlie Kingpin. Welcome back with a speed of 12.935 seconds around this 69th of a mile. He will get the SRI Pole Award, and here is how they will line up for tonight's USAC feature.
Well, he ain't looking at the back of Anthony Kidwell's machine, so first time this year for Charlie Kingpin. Great start for him and Adam Welsh and Joey Gase, two hard racers behind him.
You know, I look at this.
We just shared a notebook starting side by side as we look at the USAC Series rules. 425 Champ Buggy class. We've got our Hoosiers and the engines you can run are clone, way more power than the Predators we're used to seeing. And a WK, NKA, all those rules accepted. Just show up and run and don't be a dick.
So starting next year, we're going to allow box stock chassis in this class, which Mike Contarino has been running one, so it's not that big of an advantage. But we're going to start running a little bit here as well with us. Some people want to reuse that stuff. Adam Welsh has a great in-car camera for tonight's event, as we'll get to watch some action from the Bad Kitty here, starting on the outside pole.
Yeah, lots of aero tricks going on these USAC machines. All that's free game here in DNQ. We love to see innovation as there's side-by-side. Great start in the USAC series. Charlie Kingpin feeding the right side to the Bad Kitty. Bad Kitty gets a big run off top. He's going to take the lead on lap number 1.
So one thing to note here is Adam Welsh is in a SKE chassis. That's kind of a newer piece that they've been bringing out, and it's been very fast. And Kidwell is in a brand new chassis that John Kinder has started to make. It's the Kinder Performance Group, I believe, chassis, and they're starting to work on that. It's the second race on it, so we'll see how they do as well tonight. But there's a little backstory between those two who already have a big rivalry here in the DNQ series.
I'm excited to see how this plays out as Kingan with his aero tunnels underneath those side panels tries to shove it underneath the Bad Kitty with that super short wheelbase in that buggy. As we get the action shot here, I think it's 180 miles an hour they're heading off into turn 1 there, Bill. I'm excited to see how these two different chassis shake out and see if that short wheelbase really pays off here at Millbridge.
Yeah, well, what I'm seeing right now, we got two experimental chassis leading this race, and we got one old dog riding in third, can't even get to the back bumper. So I don't know what they're experimenting with, but it's definitely better than what's out there.
Yeah, you could visibly see, Jay-Z, that short wheelbase on that Adam Welsh machine, that it is definitely shortened up, which should help him turn, but he also looks a little too free off of some of these corners compared to Charlie Kingan.
I would definitely agree, but especially in 3 and 4, he's kind of dog shit. But in 1 and 2, he makes that cut and then really gets a good drive off. You see it there. It gets that quick rotation. It kind of pivots on that center of gravity and it goes. But 3 and 4, man, Kingan's eating him up.
He kind of looks like shit. It's a great chassis. Kind of looks like shit in 3. I know. Joey Gase holding right there with the 3 of these guys. I mean, man, this is some great racing to watch, man. You got to love it.
Looks like Joey Gase went through a mud puddle at some point. The front of that machine is really dirty. It makes you wonder, does that dirt get up on the driver's... it looks like it's got up on its helmet. Is that impairing his vision?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these drivers probably run 7 or 8 tear-offs tonight, especially for the Dash Series race. They're going to be about 9 or 10. And, you got to have the tear-offs on the visor. I know some people that showed up without them for their first races. Kingpin throws the right side to Adam Welsh.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I think that's called snappy loose is what happened there.
He kind of took a hard left there, kind of just like Biden's whole campaign has been president here for about a year. But Kingan's trying to get by in 1 and 2. Welch is just good enough. That runoff of 3 and 4 is Kingan. He loses it. He loses a spot there to Gase. I don't know if he'll be able to get that back. It's a tight competition there at the front.
Yeah, I think the yaw moment is a little bit too far forward on that 62 car. He needs to get that thing back. Maybe he can close some right side window aqueducts or something, shift that balance back. But right now, that thing is way too free.
Shut that the brake fans off a little bit, try to keep less air going through that nose.
Joey Gase takes it wide, and he is in the dirt. Caution.
He's got the size 11.
He doesn't have
imprint that
tear-offs.
size 11 Nike right on his wiener right there, guys. It's a tough break for him.
He doesn't have visor tear-offs. I thought for sure he'd have. Let's see what happened here. Man, I thought he was just going to run Adam wide, and looks like he got free.
No, it looks like they messed up the numbers on that machine. I believe it's a 53, not a 35. When he goes around, Bad Kitty makes that nice cut through the middle there, and that's going to stack up Kingpin and Adam Welsh.
Take a look at the replay here with Welsh. I don't know what happened there. It looks like Joey was going to run him wide, and he was cutting down to make his big arc, but
two dudes, one lane is all that was.
That's right. Here we go. Back green. Welsh took the top there for the restart, and his buddy Kidwell's right behind him as they go into one.
Yeah, Jonathan Kidwell, a name who's kind of hung around the 4th and 5th spot in this series all year. His brother, cousin, who the hell's
Anthony?
Anthony
Is his brother. John is the one in second right now.
Brother, yeah. Anthony Kidwell has been making everybody look stupid in this series all year long. Not here today. We're not sure
actually
why.
John is the one who run. Anthony is the one who was here.
Who cares? Who the hell cares?
Well, here he is. Oh, my gosh.
I saw the Bad Kitty take a look out the left side before he chopped him. That is classic.
These two do not like each other, and they've been very vocal over this whole season as Wells now cutting down on Charlie Kingpin. And you know what? These two don't like each other, and they sure race that way.
Welsh definitely starting to chop wood in that 71 car. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I love this view here. Is watching Wells just work the steering wheel and watching Kingen right there with Kidwell. Looks like he's got a run here to the inside. They're going to be 3 wide.
Man, Welch really using that Brian Shaw line in 1 and 2, touching that left front of the berm, helping the jack in 3 and 4. He cannot get to the bottom no matter how hard he tries, making himself very, very vulnerable down the front straight as he's relegated to P3, even though he's got a fast piece this evening.
You know, while all these guys are racing, Charlie Kingen is yet to win a race here in this USAC series. Finished second about 900 times. Charlie Hemrick may get his first win here in the USAC series.
Win the race and the championship.
how Matt Kenseth of him.
Yeah, it looks like this turn 3 and 4 over here, there's like one lane where the front end doesn't wash up, and both these guys just hit it where it isn't. Charlie Kingpin definitely got through the bottom of 3 and 4 better, and I think that's where he's going to win this race.
Welsh just figured out he's got to run the top in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, he's got it pretty good. He can exit lower than Kidwell right now.
It seems like there's absolutely no bite. A lateral grip is a premium right now for all these dudes. As we come to 5 to go, we're going to shake it up a bit here, guys. Strap in.
See if Charlie Hemrick can get his first win in the USAC series as the green is out. 5 laps to go.
Whoa.
Kid.
Adam Welsh going to the bottom, trying to make something happen. Joey Gase, who went around once already, trying to make it happen up top. Neither of them can do anything. Right now it's Kingpin and Kidwell, and Kingpin gets down.
Adam Welsh gets into the rear of Charlie Kingpin. There's going to be a line of people wanting to fight him after this race is over. Kidwell skates away with the lead. Joey Gase is going to file into second.
There is no love lost with any of the drivers here in the top 5. Do you think Gase has any hope of running down Kidwell? Kidwell looks like a man on a mission right now as we get 2 to go.
I think he could if he had more laps left. I don't think he's got enough time. Plus, Welsh is just adding the pressure to him. But, man, Kidwell in their first race with this, second race with this Kinder machine, is leading it. He takes the white flag, and he's proving why he is the all-time wins leader here in the USAC Series. Coming off of turn 4, Kidwell is going to win the USAC Nationals race.
Well, Johnny Kidwell, 3 carts really to show in that race, and you wasn't one of them. And all of a sudden, you started doing the hell out of the people, and look where you're standing now.
Yeah, it was a tough race. We definitely didn't have the fastest cart. We were a little too much on air. Track just kind of didn't come to us like we thought it would. The sun came down and just stayed greasy. I wanted that win bad. You know, it's a new cart, John Kinder built, and she's fast. We just got to fine tune it now. You know what I mean? We're still missed a little bit on here on tires, but you know, she was a little competitive. We just got to get the air pressure right and set sail. John's done an amazing job with this cart, and this is the second time out on it. We raced last night and finally got a win. Well, not finally, but we got a win today, so I'm happy. Really happy, excited. Thank you, Rims One, KPG, KSR Motors, and I earned that one. I know I used Welch up a little bit, but you know, I told him karma was a bitch in that last interview, so hope we're even now.
Well, hell, he just helped you win that race there because he spun Kenji, and Kenji was under you. He spun him, and now you're the winner.
Yeah, Charlie was fast, and I feel bad for Charlie because he's been yearning for a win, and today was his opportunity to do it, and it just so happened it didn't play in his hands. It fell into mine, and you know, just good fortune.
Kidwell, the winner here with the USAC. Well, Joey Gase, you was running second, then got spun into the berm down there, and then you ended up back second. That was just a whirlwind of a race.
Yeah, we were fast as shit. The guy who got third seemed to wreck everyone but the guy who won. So we came back. We were fast. It just ran out of time. But we'll take second, and hopefully can go win Josh's Memorial here.
About to say, you might need to go. You was hurt. We thought you was hurt there for a little while. You might need to go into concussion protocol. First it was Vegas. Now you hit the shit out of that berm.
I'm all right.
Joey Gase living the race another day, hitting berms down here at Millbury. Second place finish, hell of a run there, Joey. Well, Adam, first race you knocked the door off of it. This one, I think you might have tried to. There's a lot to unpack after that race.
Yeah, so we were not good in 3 and 4, but we were really good in 1 and 2. So they'd get a run down the front stretch and just pack it under me and whatever. So as long as your right front or right front wasn't past my left front, it was still my spot. And Joey apparently didn't feel that way, but whatever. Whatever. Everybody cheered when I fucking lost the lead, so they can all suck my ass. Whatever.
Suck your ass. That's a different technique there. About to say, that's going to be a hard technique to do for you. You're pretty skinny.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Everybody out here is like all out for themselves and don't look at the big picture. Like, start watching the videos and see where shit really goes wrong. It ain't starting here. So, whatever. But it was a good race. I love these USAC buggies. I hate the fact we finally lost one in this thing. It was undefeated here and up at West Virginia, but we lost it. We didn't have the roll speed we needed. Kidwell, good job. Joey made it back up. Feel bad for the 62. Like, I absolutely did not mean to touch him. But I did, so I can't change that. I'll go talk to him or talk through his crew chief to him until he calms down maybe. But that was an accident, and I don't want to do that shit. So I got to thank SKE and Recharge, and let's go do some more. We got 2 more to go.
Well, you kept the doors on this card at least. Adam Welch there, third place finish here with the USACs. He drove your sack off.
Escape Pool Cleaning Cup Series Nationals event. Robert Showalter to 12.838 will be on the SRI pole for tonight's event, and this is a stacked field here for the Cup Series.
Woo! Bad Kitty second after he just ran third. Ryan Ellis, Mike Rock, Curtis Markham. Yeah, who just went around?
I don't know.
Yeah, wow.
Harvey Weinstein's in this race. 11th.
Charlie Kingpin racing a flat cart.
Yeah, Charlie King going to run this thing. David Kraut's machine. 410. Fix the graphic for you. This year's champion was Nick Stroop. Not here today. Said he was going to kind of back her down a little bit in the Cup Series.
Why?
Robert Showalter is an in-car camera.
How long do you think that sportsmanship's going to last here, Bob?
Between those two,
it's
probably
over.
It's over now. Yeah, exactly. Green flag. We are underway for the Cup Series Nationals race. Charlie Kingpin in that 97, which is David Kropp's car. He's trying something different. He said he was going to try to run cut there goes the bed kid. Wow. I did not expect that, to be honest with you.
Mickey Roop up on top.
Yeah. Let's see what happened. Just stepped on the old pecker. Mike Rout did not check up for it.
No.
I don't blame him.
A lot of momentum right there.
That puts Mark Ellis on the front row. Showalter chose the top for this restart. As we go green, Bobby Showtime, who did not run that USAC feature, so he doesn't have as much track time on the clone yet, but Kingen and Welsh did. And wow, look at them. They're already up to the front again.
What a
route in that 112. He is aggressive on the start here. And I want to call out to all the junior drivers that may be watching at home, learning the craft here. Watch how hard they all pitch it into turn one here as Welch drives over the left here at Kingen, gives him the old "I'm sorry" after just going to say "I'm sorry" after the last race. I love go-kart racing. I really do.
What I'd like to point out is that 97 machine is running about 25 spots better than it normally does, and the only thing that's changed is the driver.
Yeah, Charlie Kingpin right now behind Mark Ellis, who is the Cup Series Rookie of the Year this year. Despite only running half of the season, he got his best 5 finishes from better than Zach Capolonia, so he's the Rookie of the Year. Doing a great job as Kingpin's moving him out of the way. Showalter just leading this event, wearing the whole field out.
Yeah, let's see if the race plays out like it did in the previous event, where he started in the back and then got to the front at the end. Let's hope he don't start at the front and get to the back at the end.
Mike Rout.
I'm surprised this line isn't widening out. The track being so slick and having the rear ends out of the racetrack, you'd think running a little higher and blowing off that third line would really help these guys get a drive off, but no one wants to be brave enough to go out there. It's got someone hanging a hard left into the infield AOC style.
Charlie Kingpin making that David Kropp's machine really run up front. He's up into the top 5. David Kropp's might want to think about becoming an owner because he's probably going to make a hell of a lot more money that way.
Richard Childress is rich as fuck, dudes. He knew what was going on. He said, this Earnhardt kid, he's pretty good. Let me put him in my stuff instead of myself. And his bank accounts thanked him ever since. So there could be something to it.
Here's Ron Board with Robert Showalter doing a great job. And you notice that he and Mike Rout were the other 2 guys that finished 1-2 in the last flat kart race that we had earlier today. So we've got a little bit more experience than everybody right now. And, dude, they are pitching that thing in pretty hard.
This racetrack's really slicking off. You can see that ultra black groove starting to form on both ends. Even on the straightaway, look at that shine. God, it looks like it just got out of the dealership. Bobby Showtime had to learn something earlier this afternoon, and he's putting it to good use.
I think we're seeing the guys that can drive and not just rely on their crew chief shine right now, right? We all know Bobby Showtime's a wheelman. Kingen's showing his speed. Mike Rout's fast. Welch is fast. These guys are having to choose, right? There's no bites. That right front won't stick. So they're using that mechanical transfer. They're jerking that wheel to get that thing to cut and trying to catch the go-kart in the right rear instead of trying to keep it nice and even and smooth around the corner. And the 3 that can do it the best are up front leading right now.
Yeah, I'm watching that right side panel flop around on that 71 machine. Sometimes during these races, you get a little bit of damage, come in and fix it. You can fix it better than how you went through tech. I'm wondering if that's what's happening to that 71 car. He's got that right front tire vented, getting some cold air on it, getting it nice cool down like Dale Jr. at Martinsville, and he's going to the front.
He's on the inside of Roth there. Couldn't quite get it done in 1 and 2. He's digging. He's got a fast piece here, Bob. I think that arrows help shift the balance a little bit to the front of the go-kart, so he can get more of a turn in here as he's trying to get underneath Route. But it's working in his favor. I think he might be onto something. I hope these people at home are taking notes.
Showalter leading this field, and Jay-Z, not to take anything away from everybody else, but look at the substantial amount of talent in the top 5. Then we start to drop off at the rest of this field, and those guys are bundled up together as C.J. Winslow goes around here off of 2. Let's see what happened to him. There you go, Mickey Roop getting the old left rear of C.J. Winslow. But talking about that talent, I'm not sure what happens from the front half to the back half of these fields in these Cup Series races. These guys are just missing it a little bit, and they don't have a lot of help setup-wise as we go back green.
I think Mickey Root.
I think it's these alliances that are playing out, Bill. You got, Rout and Ellis are kind of in a team together, right? Are they affiliated with Team Reaper? Is that correct?
Yes, they were with Stroop, but now that Stroop's not racing, they kind of just got all their notes.
Correct, right? They kind of just bought out the chart, a little financial relationship here, and you got Showtime and his staple of guys that have got their stuff figured out, and it's that sharing of resources, right? Now, everyone can only afford one case of Busch Light for a weekend. When you pull that stuff together, all of a sudden you got your chili cheese Fritos, maybe some buffalo chicken dip, and you're showing up with a full tailgate to these DNQ races, and you're running up front. So good hard action here. Ellis puts himself on the inside here, gets past Welch with a little help. Door-to-door contact, everyone lives. Great race here coming off the two.
Yeah, now Ellis finds himself in the front after a couple of the front-end guys hit each other. Adam Welsh going to hold tough on the high side. Looks like he's going to take the lead from Ellis.
Adam Welsh don't know how to lift around this joint. I've pretty much convinced myself of that. Neither does Mickey Root. He needs a Caterpillar sponsorship. The way he's been bulldozing everybody out of the way this race. But look out, here comes Kingpin using that right side Nerf bar for good.
Probably the first time the right side's been used on that thing for a while here. This Kingpin still back in the 5th position. Looks like everybody's settled out to where they are, except for Showtime, who's in 3rd. And there it is, our 5 to go caution. Should be pretty interesting here with Mike Rout leading. Or sorry, Adam Welsh, who took the top. See how this works out. I think the top's a good lane to pick for the 5 to go restart, because then you can get your arc. You don't have to worry about protecting the bottom, as Ellis got a heck of a run there on the restart.
Bad Kitty chose the bottom. Oh! Bad Kitty chose the bottom in the first race and got beat, so he didn't make that mistake again. He chose the top. Right now it's Bad Kitty, Ryan, who the hell's in the 125?
Ryan Ellis.
Ryan Ellis, and who's behind him? In the yellow one. I thought he was Ryan Ellis.
Mike Rout.
Whatever.
Oh, Curtis Markham's around. That sucks. He usually doesn't do that on his own, so got to give him a break. Man, let's see if Showalter can redeem himself after a terrible restart there. He lost a bunch of spots as we go back green. Damn. Welsh gets his good start just like he did last time. Showalter looking for the bottom.
Another 3 wide. Showtime puts it in there. Can't make it stick. Still 2 wide for 2nd. Ellis and Rott. Rott's going to make the move. He moves up into 2nd place. Does he have anything for Bad Kitty? Not this time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Showalter got a very good restart there as well. They're hitting the bumps, but only a few laps left here. 1 lap left here for Adam Welsh. Can Mike Rout get to his back bumper?
I think that was it. Welch pitches it in. He's at the apex. He comes off of 4. Welch, big W here in the heavy race.
Go for it.
Well, Adam Welch, last race, you told him to suck your ass. I think they're kissing it now, bud.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a block there on the backstretch, but other than that, it was a really good race, I think, for us Cup guys, and that's kind of the way it needs to be with the Cup class. We're losing car count for whatever reason, and to come out here and put the 71 in victory lane with the 71 of Josh Long is really all we came to do today.
Well, you ended up winning. I ain't going to let this down. Talk about putting your foot in the seat there on the first lap.
Well, I haven't really figured out what happened, but I was dead fucking sideways and got T-boned. And, well, then everybody else lost brakes, I guess. So I cleared my own go-kart from somebody else's, and we went back racing and had a really good start, and we got there.
Adam Welch, winner of the Cup's going to be one big ass sucking down here in the victory lane.
Go for it.
Well, Mike, you had a hell of a race the first time, just come up a little bit short. This one, you had another hell of a race, beating and banging, ended up 2nd. That was one race. Y'all was 3 wide, beating and banging everywhere.
That was a blast, for running that close and all of us right there. I mean, really, I felt like us top 4 guys were all about the same speed. It was whoever could get out front and just pull away. But it was great. It was great racing.
Yeah, that Predator motor didn't work for you. This clone looked a lot more fun to drive. You're able to kind of slide it in there more.
Oh, yeah, big time. The Predator wasn't quite like this for sure, but yeah, you definitely had to play with the throttle, kind of drag the brake a little bit because it's real greasy. It's real great racing conditions.
Well, he nut up or shut up. Ended up second, switches from the Predator to Clone. Rod ends up second.
Go for it.
Will Mark a third place finish. Got a wrap that looks way too good for the DNQ Kart Series. You come from fifth somehow, made it up to damn second, maybe to the lead somehow. Ends up third, still a good race.
Yeah, I guess we all get lucky sometimes. Man, I can't thank everybody here enough. You know, Eddie, Ashley, Jeremy, all these fine people over here that helped me. I wouldn't be here without them. Congrats to Mike. He run well, and Adam, and our condolences go to the Long family. You know, that's what we're all here for, and to support each other, and that's what, you know, it really means in the end.
Mark Ellis, third place finish here with the Cup Series.
All right, this is the Heavy Pro Cup feature, and Austin Compton again on the pole with a 13.405. He'll be on the pole for the SRI Pole Award. And a pretty good stacked field for this one as well. Chris Gwynn with a surprise second place qualifying effort. Ronnie Shirk in this one as well.
Yeah. Justin Fields starting third, too. Brett Moffitt, 15th. Lots of big names.
Yeah, so next year we have Pro Cup versus Busch. And if you look on the website, we've posted some news. Some guys have started to declare for what series that they were going to run. So next year we have the Busch series. Austin Compton decided to run, and here's the rest of the field, which you guys are getting to see our sheet right here. Eric Riggins, one of those guys who decided to run Busch.
Ryan Shaw decided to run Busch. I mean, he's a name that is kind of a sleeper. Like, he'll get up there and run top 3 if you ain't careful.
Yeah, I'd like to see Anthony Kidwell up there, Eric Riggins if he comes back. I know he hasn't run much this year. And Lane Fields, man, we haven't called his name much, but he's had a good showing so far this evening with the other races he's been in. As we're on board here with
Ronnie Shirk.
Is that Shirk?
Ronnie Shirk.
Oh, Ronnie Shirk's back.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He's got the in-car camera for tonight. And as we're looking at what is now the Lube and Auto Repair of Mooresville Series Pro Cup for next year, green flag are underway as Compton leads. Got Chris Gwynn on the outside. And this is the heavy portion of tonight's race, so they were 425. The guys that are running Pro Cup, I don't really see a big name contender in there just yet. That's been racing in this. Zach Stroop, one of them, could be one. John Kidwell, one of those guys as well. And Zach Smith, obviously, is probably another.
Chris Gwynn, who's running second right now. He's in Pro Cup.
And let's not discount Hunter Weaver. He's got a lot of laps at a lot of racetracks under his belt. He could be a surprise guy to take home a few dubs over the course of the season next year. Someone goes around in 3 and 4.
I think that is J.R. Norris going around in that 151 machine. Tough break for him. I mean, we stay green, but it's good to see some new drivers in here. Thad Moffitt, one of those drivers as well, just getting his feet wet here in DNQ as well, here in the Heavy Pro Cup feature. Pretty cool to see him race, and Ronnie Shirk, glad to see him back as we go on board with him racing Lane Fields, doing a good job.
Yeah, Justin Fields getting him pushed up a little bit. Like, I'm trying to think of a good football joke right now, and I don't have any. But
definitely did not complete that 4th down conversion right there, my friend.
No,
getting pushed around like the Washington Redskins did last night by the Cowboys.
That's rough.
That was
no good, man.
That was actually
Alvin Kamara needs to get his shit together. He's only getting 3.9 points right now.
It got so bad that I actually enjoyed watching it. Like, it passed the threshold of being a blowout to where it was fun to watch them get their teeth kicked in. So, I don't know. I actually stayed up and watched that game for some reason. But we're watching John Kidwell, Ronnie Shirk in that Rims 1 machine, and Lane Fields running towards the front of this field, but nobody does anything for Austin Compton, who has now put his actual weight on this thing, and he is just flying. So him and Zach Smith, I believe their father is Jeff Smith, who races dirt late models. So these guys have a lot of experience when it comes to racing on dirt, let alone these two that come and test all the time. Now, they've had their issues in the tech shed here at DNQ, but I think most of that has gotten taken care of. But heck, maybe not. They're as fast as they've been.
Yeah, it usually only takes, watching, well, first of all, getting yourself thrown out, and then watching 2 guys next to you get thrown out. everybody figures out that we're serious. You know, how many weeks did it take to get the tire thing sorted out? Probably like 4 or 5, because go-kart racers don't know how to put tires on the go-kart without paint, you know. So that took a little bit longer than normal. Now, not a single tire issue.
Yeah, Zach Smith failed to his brother. They failed the tire sample, and then Austin bought a set of tires not long after that. And then after that, I mean, we've gone through their stuff. It's been pretty good so far. So they've definitely got something figured out, and maybe we need to dig a little deeper, but maybe not. I mean, these guys are out here testing a lot and doing a great job as he is putting carts a lap down.
He's
a good driver with a good setup.
Yeah, Bill, I'm wondering if he's got a whole bunch of cross dialed into that thing to make that right front effective, so he doesn't have to artificially chuck it into the turn to get it to cut. Maybe he's made a bunch of two or three washer adjustments there in the right front before he came out with his future, because he is waxing that ass, as they say.
Chris Gwynn doing a great job, too. He's somebody who's kind of a rookie here in DNQ Racing, and having a great run in second right now. I got to give him a shout out here tonight, because he's doing a great job.
I don't know who any of these guys are, but we're watching the race right now as they shove it underneath that black car, laying down some streaks, getting into 3, and completes the pass.
It's Crossroad Smith's kid, Landon Smith. And we got something in the middle of the race
God.
right there. Might be an air filter or something. Let's go on board Ronnie Shirk. Why not? This race is stringed out really bad, like Chicagoland in the old Cup Series.
His vision's looking about like mine right now.
Shirk, a 2020 Miltona champion. It's probably one of the biggest upset Miltona wins we've ever seen in DNQ. Doing a great job here tonight in the heavy Pro Cup Series event here at the DNQ Nationals. Gotta love the Nationals. Event we started doing last year.
Austin Compton. Yeah. Austin Compton's riding around with his hands off the wheel, elbow on the side pod, just cruising out there. Look at that.
In the city of Compton.
I just want to go ahead and toot DNQ's horn here. I mean, we've really invented the Hoosier dealer, right? There's some outlaw carts that tried it and stuff like that, but it's completely revolutionized and transformed the quality of the show for flat kart racing here. I mean, this race is a rare occasion where someone's really checked out in the whole field, circa, late 70s, early 80s, where Richard Petty would lap the whole field by 2 laps. That stuff just doesn't happen anymore as we have a 5-to-go caution here, and we all stack up because of the treads, and props to the whole team here at DNQ for coming up with the idea.
You actually have to drive these carts. You're not stuck. And I feel like that's probably the biggest thing. And when people came to us about running this package, we were kind of hesitant, and then we said, screw it, we're going to do it, and here you go. This is what you have. So got to thank everybody that was a part of bringing this to the DNQ series, Jeremy and Ashley for helping us out, and look at the racing product it has put out. And we're looking at Austin Compton leading the field against Chris Gwynn, who's fighting for his first, not only top 3, his first win of his career.
Compton might be the first guy to take the inside in that restart and not get his ass handed to him by the time they come off of turn 2. That go-kart is hooked up. He's got more side bite than anyone else here in the facility this evening.
Yeah, he's definitely got the setup figured out for later on in the night, like we're racing right now. We can see, I wonder if some of the moisture is starting to come up through the track, getting a little bit colder. You can start to see it shine a little bit. It might have fell right into his hands, and he's only got one more circuit around. Chris Gwynn isn't going to get to him. Austin Compton's going to lead it flag to flag, cruises through. He's going to take home the Pro Cup heavy race.
Austin Compton, winner here for the Pro Heavy class, while the rest of your crews is across the country gambling money away and racing in Vegas. You're out here winning at the local Middlebridge Speedway on the bigger stage.
Yeah, we knew we'd be competitive in heavyweight, and we got a podium in lightweight too. Gave them guys 40 pounds and a few inches, so we'll take it. It's been a good night. We swept the podium. All 3 of these carts come out of our shop, so we're glad to be up here.
Austin Compton, winner of the heavy class, and he just admitted it, at least 2 inches more than everybody else out here. Chris Gwynn, second place finish. You had a fast cart. You had a good weight. You just didn't have as much inches as Austin did.
Unfortunately, he has a few more inches than me. No, we had a good car. I've been working hard. Like I said, all of our carts come out of that shop, all three of us. So it's pretty special to finally get up here and get a podium. Need to get a little bit better to catch him and make a little more of a race of it next time.
You made a good race there. You had the inside there or outside a little bit. You weren't letting Austin get away.
I wasn't going to make it easy and let him have it easily, but at the end of the day, them few inches just killed me a little bit. He had just a few more inches. I got a little bit better, but we're coming from.
Don't matter about the size, just the motion of the ocean on the racetrack. Chris Gwynn, second place finish.
That's right.
Wayne Fields, third place finish, running the old Compton body, but you might have to get that body and pick up about 3 more tenths.
Yeah, we've been getting better as we go here, and we've been trying real hard to get that cart going. I just started racing a few weeks ago, and I've had them helping me out and helping me get some stuff worked on it, and we finally got it to where it needs to be, and we just got to pick up a few more tenths, and hopefully we'll be in victory lane in a couple weeks.
Like everybody else, a few more tenths, a few more inches. Lane Fields, third place finish.
71 lap Finish Line Wash Pros Dash Series Nationals race. Chris Lawson will be on the pole at a 13.717. That is the SRI Performance Pole Award. I want to thank SRI for being our sponsor for the Pole Award this year. Joey Gay second, Showalter third, Melton fourth, Zach Campolonio will round out your top 5 qualifiers.
All right, fair warning for everybody. Go ahead and refill your glasses. It's going to take a minute.
Wow. Man, I was drunk when I put that camera up there, huh?
A little bit. A couple of them 20-ounce, the 16-ounce Mad Dog Tall Boys.
Yeah, we'll
Did you
try to stay
hurt
away
you a
from
little
that
bit?
one as much as possible. Here are the rules. No stagger. No stagger. Josh Long's father paces the field in Josh's cart. Special moment for this family. We gave roughly $2,000 to Josh's family tonight with some of the proceeds that we had going on here, and just a great night to honor Josh and remember him. 4-wide salute to Josh Long. We're going to miss you. We got the fireworks going off here down the back stretch, and just a special night. We want to thank DNQ, Jeremy and Ashley, everybody that has been involved with this series this year. And may we always remember Josh by doing this race. And just really special night here tonight, especially for Josh's family to be involved.
Yeah, really excited to honor him in the years to come. I mean, he was definitely such a big part of the DNQ series, and yeah, this is the least we can do for his family.
We are ready to go, man. 4 wide here for the Finish Line Wash Pros Dash Series. These guys usually race like this anyway, so I'm probably used to it. We'll be going this way very shortly. And here we go. We're going 71 laps for Josh Long, one of our favorite competitors in DNQ. Will definitely be missed. I mean, kind of weird we won't ever see him again here racing with us, but I'm sure one day we'll see him again. As Chris Lawson getting ready to fire this field down into 1, leading a stout 18-car field. Here we are. The green flag is out for the Josh Long Memorial 71-lap race. Let's buckle in and let's go, guys. Get your beers ready. Lawson out to the lead.
They're a little hot argy-bargy back there. Tauja's got turned sideways and lost a few spots. Melton on the high side making it work. He might steal P3 coming off 4.
So for those of you at home,
front row's on the front row right now. He leads him down the back stretch. Joey Gase beating the back bumper off of that thing. He's making it known that he's not happy with third place. He's going to try to get him a win in the big dance tonight.
So for you at home that don't know much about this series, it is the same stagger tires all the way around. So these guys are actually pretty fast, probably faster than the Pro Cup stuff, the Predator engine. And Jay-Z, I mean, I think we looked at the lap times for the pole, and crap, I keep burping. I can't stop. As we got one spun around, these guys are just as fast as some of the other karts that come out here and race. If not, they're actually faster than Pro Cup.
Yeah, as far as the staggered classes go, they're in those low 13s, and that's right there with everyone else. I know Light was in the 12s, but they're right there. They've learned, they've adjusted their setups to account for the lack of stagger, helping them turn in the middle of the corner there, especially on entry, I should say. As we're on board here with Zach Campologna, he's been a long-time competitor. He's got a good notebook going. I hope in 2022 we see him make some more moves here as he loses a spot, cuts it back underneath that other 35 go-kart, but he can't hang on to the spot.
Hunter Smith in the other 35 here tonight. He and Joey Gase share rides, the Fit Stop Performance Machine of Hunter Smith. Doing a pretty good job as well. But, I mean, this is a long race to not have a good setup. Like, if you have a rough night, this is like the longest 71 laps ever. But here in DNQ, you can pull off the racetrack and change air pressure. You just got to start in the back. So if you're that far off, you could always mess around with that.
No, Bill, the one...
Yeah, some of these guys... Sorry, go ahead, JC.
I was gonna say, Bill, I wanted to ask you and pick your brain. You've been around these dirt tracks a whole lot in your whole life, between the different various women you've met at the racetrack and everything else. I'm wondering if the slick racetrack tonight and the sliding around is really hurting the tread blocks on these tires and the sipes these guys may have laid on there. Do you think the surface of that tire is getting way too hot and exacerbating any problems they may already have?
Well, we're going to find out here in a little bit. I mean, I've got some Fireball going down real nice right now, but who's not going to say that's going to get too hot here in a little bit? I think this race is 2 times longer than any other race these guys have ever raced in their life. So the people that have gotten laps around this track, especially earlier in the day, are definitely going to have an advantage on figuring out where the grip is, how not to slide it. We see that exit of 4 still really bad tight off for a lot of people. I'm watching right front fenders getting torn off and left rears getting jumped when everybody gets tired.
Do you think we're going to see some people maybe in their notebook try to add a left front NACA, really trying to get some of the air off that left front, change the balance to the right front to get that turn in?
I mean, we have a lucky dog, and Welsh will probably get it when the caution comes out, but my goodness, sometimes it's like, wow. Like, I think he gets bored. He had a spin earlier, so he's already a lap down right now, but probably one of the best people to watch in DNQ, no doubt.
You think he's like Stephen Wallace and got a tick? Close his eyes down the backstretch.
Well, you said Teasley earlier was a good day drinker. I think Welsh is too good of a night drinker, if you know what I'm getting at here. So we'll see. We'll see. During the day, he was fast. I mean, now that the sun's gone down, I don't know what happened. Turned into a night hawk or something like that. Yeah.
Too good.
Chris Lawson. I don't even know what to say. He's probably the scariest prospect for any DNQ series next year if he's racing in your class. Probably one of the best. Has problems in the tech shed, though. And sometimes it's not really his being, whether it be surge or something small. Usually gets him in trouble, but man, is he fast. Very fast.
I mean, took home a Daytona 500 win. Whoa, a little bit free off from Bobby Showtime. Yeah, we got a Daytona 500 win, come out here, sat on pole, won a bunch of DNQ races. Overall, really good year for him. 2021 has treated him well.
Interested to see what they do next year, whether he's going to run full-time or not. He's going to be a contender for a championship, if that's the case here in the Finish Line Wash Pros Dash Series. So we're watching Joey Gase. Mike Melton, Mr. Dash, he struggled there towards the middle of the season. Seems to be coming back around, and he won the last race here in the Dash Series, and he said, I went back to basics, I got too far off the beaten path. How many times, Jay-Z, do we hear people say that, and how many times does that happen to people on a regular basis in racing?
It has happened to myself. Bill's been a part of my crew through my racing development here in my own career, and he understands that swapping a seat, an axle, both spindles, torsion bars in and out, and rim width is not the way to go faster. Sometimes you just throw out your notebook, go back to basics, and start over, and you'll be surprised how fast you can go. As we're on board here with Campolonia, who's in another dogfight going through 1 and 2.
Yeah, sometimes you could trick fuck yourself, and we've definitely done that before, Jay-Z. Sometimes you just got to get out the old Troyer notebook and put in what they say, and that's pretty darn good. Yep. And it looks like sometimes these boys here trick fuck themselves too, and I think Chris Lawson is the guy making the Troyer notebook, because he's definitely got it figured out. Bobby Showtime trying to do what he did earlier in the evening and come from about 5th up to the lead, but he's got a lot of ground to make up if he's going to catch front row.
I'm looking at Bobby's entry here. He still kind of has that pitch and catch mentality going through the turn, where if you watch Lawson, when we do get a chance to focus in on him again, his line is really, really smooth. He doesn't have that excessive yaw the way some of these other guys do that were running in the classes that, the 8 machines around.
Mickey Roop goes for a spin there on the front stretch. And I'm sure the caution's out. Yeah, let's see what happened here. Not sure. Oh, yeah. He cut Chris Lawson off. So that's what happens when you get on the leader.
Yeah.
There. Number 8 got into number 8. Just one of them happened to be leading.
I mean, leader was going about 35 miles an hour faster than him. Couldn't check up in time, so.
All right.
To kind of finish that thought, though, let's watch Lawson here over the next couple of laps here. The camera's still on him. His go-kart's real smooth. This class doesn't have the stagger, that fat right rear to catch the go-kart when you pitch it in there. And that could just be excessive scrub when you're doing it. So Lawson's smooth line, that higher line in 3 and 4 especially, can really pay off and help keep that go-kart wound up. As Bobby Showtime's making me look stupid and shut my mouth as he's pitching in there and trying to get the run on Lawson.
Looks like Lawson.
Yeah, well, he's using Lawson to catch that go-kart. He's not actually driving it in there nice and smooth. He's leaning on that 8 car of Chris Lawson to catch it, and Lawson not losing any speed at all.
It's kind of
on that outside.
He struggles on the restarts, and I don't know why. It's like he just cannot get going right off the start, and that's when everybody can pounce on him. But if they don't get him within the first 2 to 5 laps, then he just checks out, which is, there he goes. He gets the lead again. Let's see if he starts to check out again. Kind of a weird deal.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Melton almost checked into the medical center there down the back stretch. We got Dylan Capello, a teammate of, or that's Kyle Moon, I can't remember. Whatever. Teammate.
It's Capello.
Dylan Capello, that's who I know. Yeah, that's what I'm calling.
Doing a great job there. Kyle Moon or Dylan Capello, you're both going to get the credit for it. I think it's Dylan because Dylan's better than Kyle as far as racing. So.
Yeah, okay, he's in top 5.
Yeah,
it's probably
it's got to be
Dylan.
Dylan. No doubt. 71 laps here. It looks like we are closer to 30 right now, about halfway through this race, which is what these Dash guys are used to racing, and that's why it's called the Dash Series. It's a Dash race, and usually the Dash Series runs the shortest of all the races, but with the smallest tire. But there, oh, look at that. Whoa. Adam Welsh has lost the right side of his cart, so I'm going to go ahead and hang out with that thing right now. There you go. That's
getting some extra downforce. Look at that pitch on that thing.
That's some down pounds right there, Jay-Z, isn't it?
I'm wondering if we're going to see this monkey see, monkey do, and all of a sudden the wind tunnel is going to have a waiting list of DNQ competitors who are going to brace up that right side, panel, whatever the fuck you call it, and try it. I bet you there's crew chiefs on the wall with their stopwatches trying to get a time on that Welsh machine right now.
He's got the DeLorean doors on it.
Lamborghini doors on the Escalade.
All I know is whoever's hanging his bodies, I don't want touching my go-kart because his shit falls off.
It's definitely durability tested. There is no doubt. Showalter's starting to impress me a little bit here. He's hung with Lawson this whole time, and he may have had lower air pressure and just needed time for him to build up, but he's starting to get onto him a little bit. Sure.
Turn 3 and 4 is tough tonight. It has been the whole night. No one really seems to be a handle on it. It's just like, who's the least shitty going through there? No one actually really looks good from any of the competitors in any of the classes so far.
It's like somebody can hit it just right, but they run kind of like the middle, like kind of how Joey just did. But then there's guys who are on the bottom like Melton just did, and they hit that bump, and it's just, oh, right.
Oh!
Chris Quinn. Have a flip, buddy. You haven't seen one of those in a while.
He got tired. He wanted to lay
See
down
what
for a
happened.
minute.
Not.
Oh, he got some help, it looks like.
No?
No,
yeah, help from the berm. Not paying
help from
attention.
above. Hand of God.
Yeah.
I wonder if he got that you up text and took his eyes off the road for a minute there.
This is a long race. He could have lost attention. Man, that sucks. We've seen that happen a couple times. All right, let's see. Now, we know Lawson's slow on these restarts. Let's see if this actually affects him. Green flag back underway. Showtime. I don't know if it's his clutch or what he's got going on. He just can't get going.
I'd say 3 wide in the middle ain't a good spot to be. And somehow he makes the best of it and gets back up to the outside of Bobby Showtime. Showtime, it looked like he might have burped the throttle a little bit off of 4. I don't know. I'm a little bit. My eyes are a little fuzzy right now.
Bill,
Maybe I was seeing.
I wonder if this race is really important. Do you think Showtime's being a little too gentlemanly right now, and he should have fed him a little bit more of a right side fender as the 34?
That's Kyle Moon. There's Kyle Moon. He was towards the back. I knew it. I knew it. Capello's in third. Green flagger on the right again. I mean, Lawson's not liking these restarts. I guarantee it. After watching him on these last couple ones, he gotta hate when these cautions come out. Here comes Showalter on the outside, trying to make it happen in that second lane.
Joey Gase giving him no help. Cuts down to the inside. He's trying to take a spot for himself. He's tired of looking at some back bumpers. He needs some fresh air. His visor's still dirty from that USAC race. He needs to get out in front and get that thing cleaned off.
Man, what a great night here in this Finish Line Wash Pros Dash Series race. In honor of Josh Long, 71 laps, probably one of the longer races we've done here this year. We ran a 100-lapper once, but I don't think we'll ever do that again. But this race right here, fun to watch everybody compete in it. Got a lot of rookies here that are just trying it for the first time. Definitely a pretty cool event here in Nationals.
You know, I wondered if Josh Long would have the patience to run 71 laps around here.
Well, it depends. It depends if Joey Gase would take him out right at the start, because him and Joey used to get to do it all the time. It'd probably be around this part of the race where Melton would be where Josh is, and Joey would be there, and Josh would go in there and clean him out. Joey would go in and clean him out. They'd yell at each other, and then they'd be buddies about 3 days later. That's how it worked. That's how it happened every time, which is awesome. It's one of my favorite things about Josh is he had 2 different engines that he would run, and one of them had a 71 sticker on it, and the 71 sticker one was the one he ran when he didn't run DNQ, which was I don't know what was done to it, but it was one of those engines. And he told me at the Iredell County Fairgrounds, like, if you just tear me down if you need to. And he won the night before, and he had an engine that had a 71 sticker on it. So I went and looked at his engine, and it didn't have the sticker on it. So I was like, I know what's going on here. It's just funny.
You can't fool me.
You can't tell me to tear you down and then expect me to tear you down. You're supposed to not expect it coming. So he was just a racer. You know, that was probably one of the best things I love about it. And that's what everybody does in DNQ. People will complain about people cheating. It's like, look, if we catch you with your pants down, we catch you. And that's what we try to do as we watch Melton trying to pass Joey Gase.
What's great is the tech man found the tell on the engines and then didn't say anything about it. Just knew and kept that in his pocket. Like, we don't even need to tear this one down, Josh.
Yeah.
We know.
If it's got that 71 sticker on the fuel tank, then we should tear it down. But if it doesn't, then we're not going to.
Hey, man, you probably want to change that motor before the feature.
Yeah, but I mean, no different than anybody else in racing. It is what it is. We're watching this great battle between Melton and Joey Gase. My goodness. Gotta love it.
Magic Mike Melton, he's a trucker in his own right. He's used to lots of miles, and it's paying off tonight. He's worked his way up into a podium spot. Magic Mike Melton, who used to be on fire in this class, and then some big money came into the sport, and he got shuffled back a little bit. Now, using these long races to his advantage, knows how to pace himself, and as we see, the top's starting to come in a little bit.
Steven,
look at that.
And you can run the top in these classes. Like the Predator classes, we do not have a problem with people running the top. So Pro Cup, you can run the top. Dash, you can run the top. It's just the Cup guys we wanted to put an end to. That is a great run off the top there.
Look at that.
He's doing all right. He's holding himself.
We've been talking about the lack of grip in the racetrack, and the higher you run, the less input, the less angle you've got to put in that wheel. That right rear stays planted, and you get a good run off there. So, maybe we'll see a little bit of copycat here, and people will move up to the top and put on a good show here for the fans as we keep clicking off these laps.
Dowd was doing a pretty good job up there. I mean, I know he's not as fast as the leaders, but he wasn't to begin with. So he's starting to catch some of these guys. Doing a pretty good job at it. We'll watch that top start to develop a little bit with Tauges, so we'll see if it goes on here. Joey Gase last year's champion in dash getting passed by the champion before him, Mike Melton. And those are two past champions racing each other hard, and no surprise that they're up towards the front.
Now, keep your eye on Talgis. We're getting close to our 5 to go. I wonder if anybody's going to jump up there for a hot fart right at the very end.
I mean, if they get bunched up, 5 to go.
There it is.
If they get bunched up on the bottom, I mean, you could have a heck of a run getting from the top down. So we'll see if somebody goes up there and does it.
My thoughts exactly, kind of like this new package that the NASCAR Cup Series runs. You get everyone bunched up, you got to go where they aren't, and that high side might be the free real estate you need just to gain 4 or 5 spots and maybe even end up with a W here. As Melton pushes hard on the outside, he gets by Lawson. Gase challenges him on the right rear quarter panel. Melton, little bit of a touch from Lawson. They cross the start-finish line, 4 to go.
They're banging off each other. Mike Melton running on about $15 million less than the next 2 behind him. Magic Mike Melton holding him off. Chris Lawson doing everything he can to get to that back bumper. The laps are winding down. Magic Mike Melton's in the catbird seat.
Don't sleep on it yet. Chris Lawson towards the front, been leading this whole thing. 2 laps to go, right on Melton's bumper.
We're going to see if you can buy a win here in the DNQ series, but right now it's looking like Magic Mike Melton is making that card as wide as he possibly can with 1 to go.
Lawson to the inside. They're side by side. Bang fenders. Thunder down the back straightaway. 2 corners left to go.
Melton was full lock trying to hold him down. Lawson's going to take the win.
Go for it.
Chris Lawson, the winner. He was dominant the whole race. Mike Melton kind of hoodwinked you there on that restart, but he was able to get by him here in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, he got me on that restart. I had to settle in there and time it right, and luckily whoever was behind us wasn't close enough because I know we scrubbed a lot of speed banging wheels, but definitely I hope it was a finish that Josh Long would appreciate. So I've seen him do that many times and come out on top. So.
Yeah, talk about this kart. This thing was on the rail. You knew that 5 to go caution was coming, even though you had that lead. But did you think you knew you had the kart to beat?
I think we did. If I could get out, you just never know with those 5 to go cautions, man. These guys get hungry, so you just got to be a little more. But yeah, no, it's a brand new kart, and it ran good. I definitely can't complain. It had good grip all night.
Chris Lawson, you're a winner of the Josh Long Memorial Dash Series race.
Sorry. Go for it.
Mike Melton, second place finish. And man, when you was running that 5 to go caution, you really almost ransacked the win from him there.
Yeah, Josh is a real close friend to all of us here, and I know me and that guy right there, Bobby, any one of us really wanted to win this thing for him. I'm just glad that we got to lead a few laps. Just wasn't the right ones when it was all said and done. Congratulations. I don't know who's driving that thing, but congratulations to them. And it was a great race between me and Joey and Bobby. It was a lot of fun. 71 laps was fun. I think we should do a 100-lapper next time or something. It's fun, a lot of fun. So I can't thank everybody enough. Steven, Turbo, and G-Stats, wherever he's at. Tyler, we got Dirty Air Donald's here tonight. Got almost everybody from College Racing pretty much showed up to do this thing. So I just can't thank everybody enough. We had a good run to close out the season. But thank you, appreciate it.
Mike Melton, second place finish with the 6-pack. They told him don't let off till you break glass or smell shit.
Go for it.
Jerry Gase, another third place finish. Could you really think you had a chance there for Lawson there on that start?
I didn't really think I was going to have a huge chance, and I had Magic in front of me. I gave him a huge shove, got him out front, and then I got to the outside of him and thought I could almost for a second win it, and he didn't know I was out there and put me in the wall, and I did to him earlier. That's the only hard thing here is no mirrors. You can easily put people in the wall, but I'm really happy that, we got top 3 here and second the champ, and, we missed Josh. Definitely wish he was still here with us racing. Hopefully we raise a lot of money tonight for his family.
The Joey Gase petition for 2022 spotters and mirrors here in the DNQ Kart Series.
Well, what a night of Nationals racing we got to see here, and a great final race there to honor Josh Long. Mike Melton getting the win due to the fuel sample that was taken from Chris Lawson. But just a great night for the Nationals again, and some really good racing. I'm looking very forward to the 2022 season.
Yeah, little guy proves that you can still win without cheating, and that's great to see Magic Mike Milton come back in a big way, get a win that he hasn't had in quite some time. But the next year is what I'm really excited about, the battle between Busch and Pro Cup. It is really shaping up to be a barn burner all season long.
You know, I'm glad to see Mike Melton win, and going back to basics really seemed to help him out tonight. The last two races, really, and getting him a dub. But guys like Austin Compton declaring for the Busch Series instead of the Cup Series, man, I don't know. There's a little gamesmanship involved, Bob, Bill, in my opinion. People think it's going to be easier to win the Busch Series, but if all the quote-unquote good guys run Busch, you're screwed either way. So I really don't know the thought process. I'm excited to see how the silly season plays out here in DNQ and see who shows up to run what class at Miltona.
The USAC Series is the one I'm going to watch for next season. After that race right there, I can't wait to see what these characters come up with.
Yeah, there's 3 guys right now that are as even as it can possibly be, and they don't like each other, and that's great for entertaining us.
Not just the characters, it's the philosophies of how to attain your speed that is really intriguing to me, gentlemen. Between the tunnels that Kingan's running underneath those side pods and the short wheelbases we see in the Welch-prepared karts, and some of the guys like Gase that are showing up on a traditional go-kart, a traditional buggy, and have speed. There's a lot to pay attention to. Quite an exciting 2022 season here in front of us.
Well, we want to thank you guys at home for enjoying our races all year long for the 2021 season. I am Bob Duato for Bill Chester and Jay-Z. We'll see you guys at Miltona.